To be the very best, like no one ever was. A mantra that many 90s and 2000s kids echoed for decades, along with Are You Ready? I too held those mantras close to my heart. Maybe a little too much, to be honest. And now as a young adult, I'm starting to question those same mantras. Like, is the best really quantifiable and can truly be known? And am I really ready for the crushing reality of this cruel world?
No. No, I don't think I am.
During the pandemic, I've been revisiting a lot of games that brought me joy in my past, such as Minecraft, Morrowind, New Vegas, and in today's case, Pokemon Fire Red. Look, I've been working like 2 jobs. Life is hard. This is one of the few joys I still have. Get off my back. The rules of a Nuzlocke are simple, but also brutal. You can only catch 1 Pokemon per route, and if it faints, you have to either release it or shove it in a grave box. I also usually add the dupe's clause so we don't have like 20 Pidgeys on our team. You also have to nickname every Pokemon, so every time you fail, you can have the 5 stages of grief flash up before your eyes, just to remind you that you failed. I have done 2 Pokemon Nuzlockes in the past on my older channel, BroLogic Productions. Both failed miserably, so of course when I decided to do another Nuzlocke challenge, I picked the one that's apparently the hardest in the series to do. Wait, what? How? What? So early in the morning, I woke up in my house to head to the lab, only to be greeted by my rival.
Bruh.
This little snot informs me that Gramps isn't around. Well, how am I supposed to Pokemon now? With no other way to progress my 10-year-old's rite of passage, I decide to sacrifice myself to the grass. Good old Professor Oak stops me from being a dramatic dumbass and gives me the options for my starter. Now, I've had gross Pokemon in both of my previous runs, and while they've served me well, I decided to go with Squirtle this time around. I called him Artillery because of his future evolution of having guns strapped to his back, and off I go to begin my wait memes. Let's check out our Pokemon.
Bruh.
I actually followed the tutorial for footage sake, and I easily take down Bruh's Bulbasaur. What unbelievable! One smell you later,
Bruh.
and we are off to explore the vast region of Kanto for like the 7th time. When I got to Viridian City, I realized that there was a weird diagonal line that I probably only just noticed at this point in the recording. I'm using a Retron 5, so I figured that the rendering was just being a little janky and weird. Eventually, I just had to give up in frustration, so I just got the damn parcel to give to the damn Oak so I can get my damn Pokeballs, so I can get the damn Pokedex, so I can start the damn Nuzlocke, damn it! The first catch of the run was a Pidgey. Not surprising, not special, but he burb. I stumble into Route 22 after a bit of leveling in the hopes of grabbing another Pokemon, a Spearow which I named Clockwork after the Sly Cooper series. Yes, I know he's an owl, but I don't care, it's the same color scheme. There's a relatively strong battle coming up that I want to take part in, and having a level 3 and 2 won't cut it. We're gonna have to grind a bit before we can even think about taking that on. And it's gonna be a very long grind because it's very easy for my 2 burbs to die this early in the game. Okay, this is mildly stressful, but nothing I can't handle. And then a burb got killed by a rat that got a lucky shot. Damn it! Okay, this is okay though. Spearow and Artillery can carry us for a bit. A defensive wall and best burb is good for what's coming up in the short term. I mean, the run's only just begun. It would be really stupid if I just died in the beginning of the game. Maybe I should actually catch one more just in case. I can go to Route 2 now because an old man is finally at his coffee. Mood. You know what? Sure, Rattata, your roadkill, maybe an HM slave. I don't know, I'll figure it out. So I trained my Pokemon on Route 22 until they were level 8, 5, and 4. What was I thinking? Was I drunk? Reliving this experience is just painful. Oh my god. Trying to go further into Route 22, I'm stopped by who other than Bruh, who seriously tried to go into the Indigo Plateau without any badges. What a Bruh moment, dude. Oh, I guess we're fighting now. Hey, so, you know how some people actually go into a Nuzlocke prepared? Yeah, I didn't do that. So, I forgot how strong Bruh's Pokemon are in this fight. Exhibit A, I send out Clockwork, who's level 5, to a level 9 Pidgey. Uh-oh. So I switched to Artillery since he has the defense that would take the most damage, but I was underleveled. One by one, Pidgey took down each and every Pokemon I had. I didn't even get to kill the damn Pidgey because of a missed tackle. And like that, the run is over. This game stinks. Hey, what time is it? I'm late! Okay. I've been humbled by this game. Now everything is going to be 10 times more stressful for this Nuzlocke. Okay, let me just look through my cliff notes real quick. Let's see here. This time I got the potion from the PC that I forgot last time when I had my battle with Bruh. Named my Squirtle Leo because of Ninja Turtles, of course. Got a Pidgey that I named WD Guster because I love my puns. I killed a Rattata on my Pokecatch on Route 22, but I caught one on Route 2 and named her Ratina. And then I trained. And I lost Ratina immediately, and then I trained more on some Mankeys, which I would have preferred, but hey, that's okay, Pokemon. Don't give me my, favorite fighting type from Gen 1. It's fine. Now, I legit thought about challenging Bruh again, and then realized, no, that's a stupid idea. It's an optional fight. Why tempt fate twice? And so, I moved on through Viridian Forest and ran into a Caterpie. Now, there's something I do almost every Pokemon game that happens to take place in Kanto or just has Caterpies in them. You might remember that Ash catches his Caterpie without damaging it, and he just throws a Pokeball at him. And because of that childhood memory, I do the same thing every time I play Fire Red or a Kanto equivalent game. We all have our rituals, and this is mine, hence why I named him Caterpie. As you can imagine with a Pidgey, Viridian Forest bug catchers are next to no match for me, no matter how many times they try to poison me, you little worm! Even Leo made this place easy, since in Gen 3 all water types are special, which means Harden is useless! Eventually, Caterpie became Metapod, and yeah, there's a lot of grinding. When we trained up enough, I headed to Pewter City Gym to take on Brock. I started with Leo laying down 2 withdrawals just in case Onix hit harder than I remembered. Though that didn't seem to matter because the Onix laid a crit on me. Luckily it was enough to survive, so maybe I was a little bit too paranoid about this? But I mean, do you blame me? After grabbing some running shoes, we can finally take this game at a faster pace. We got through all the trainers with relatively little trouble, and picked up ourselves a little Spearow named Talon. Heading into Mount Moon, we grabbed a Geodude who I named Rock Arms because, listen, I had no idea what to honestly call it. Leo also evolved after fighting another Geodude. Now we're getting somewhere. After some grinding, we found out about this group, you might have heard of them, Team Rocket. They're staking out the mountain for evil? Oh, also Rock Arms got into this stupid fight with a Magnemite since I didn't know a ground move. This must have been the most tedious Pokemon battle I've ever been through. Oh my god. I ended up losing WD Guster in the process because I didn't want to lose Rock Arms to struggle. Damn it! Continuing on, we beat up more of Team Rocket and stealed the beloved Helix fossil before heading to Route 4. There we caught an Ekans and named her Torque like the XCOM character. Don't judge me. While training, Torque got crit. Man, I'm really starting to hate critical hits. I feel like a TF2 player. Well, time to head north and...
Bruh.
Now, we didn't get sweep this time around, but we did come close to losing both Talon and Caterpie with a combo of crits and poison. But as it turns out, having a wall that can tank damage saves our asses again. We came, we dominated the bridge, we caught a Weedle that I'm going to rename Hornet because misinputs on the Retron 5 are incredibly common. I lost my chance at an Oddish, and we finally got Bill back to his human form. We fought the Rocket Grump in the back of the house because, honestly, I legit didn't know you could do that before fighting Misty, and I wanted to do it. Plus, this gave us the opportunity to pick up Oddish and name him Turnip. And after even more grinding, I finally found it in me to attempt Misty's gym. Especially because now we have Turnip, and will absorb all the nutrients from the water types easily. Speaking of which, going up against Misty herself was actually pretty easy. Along with Absorb, Turnip also has access to all the status powders that we could ever want. And even when things were getting just a little bit risky, Leo can chow down on some seafood, and we obtained the second badge of the run. Things are looking pretty good so far, man. On the way to Vermilion City, we caught ourselves a Meowth, and named her Selena because Catwoman, and trained on the surrounding trainers, so I leveled up for what I knew was coming. Now, in a Nuzlocke there is strength in numbers. Dupe's Claws are not. Before getting the most vital HM move in the game, I walked to Route 11 and caught a Drowsy thanks to Turnip's Stun Spore, and named him the most powerful character in Hollow Knight. Go on! We also poked into Diglett Cave to catch ourselves a Tunnelette, only to lose her in the next goddamn battle! I hate Sonic Boom and Confusion. Fuck! To be fair, we still have locked arms to Geodude, so I guess we're fine, but Diglett. I would have preferred Diglett. But we're just gonna have to be careful and not take any stupid risks. Oh, this is a Nuzlocke. Who are we kidding here? Everyone at least takes one stupid risk. So we boarded the St. Anne's to make sailors' jobs a living hell, and ruined vacations that probably costed like, what, thousands of dollars? However, I would be paying for my hubris in another loss of life as Talon gets killed by a rat. I hate Hyperfang. It's fine? It's fine. Let's just go get the stupid HM so we can go to the stupid Boomer Gym. Bruh. Man, I hate cocky people like this. At least we're prepared, I think. Luckily, we have a counter to his biggest hitters. Raticate got retaliated against for nearly slaying Gorb. How do you like that, you stupid rat? But his cadaver said, no, you. And disabled Leo's bite. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. In case you didn't know, Abba's line can give you some of the worst migraines in Pokemon. Literally, and through psychic damage. Bakara P killed that bastard in his sleep. Bra brushes it off as he is salty, and we can now fight Lieutenant Surge and his stupid puzzles thanks to the HM cut. I hate this puzzle. I hate it so much. It took me, no joke, 9 minutes to figure this out. In fact, it's not so much as figuring it out as much as guessing the correct random barrel that's next to the other random barrel to take down the stupid force field. You think this is something from Surge's past? That he wanted to let people know the pain that he went through in one traumatic episode? Well, that's okay. Rockarm swept his team and it was kind of funny actually. Not even double team. The bane of my Pokemon existence could stop Rockarms. The sheer level of awesomeness was enough to get her to evolve into a Graveler. So now we make our way through Route 9. We caught another Spearow, which I named Valkyrie. I'm using the Dupe's Claws, but the rules are basically that the first encounter doesn't apply. But you can still catch the dupe. Something that might be important, as some routes will only contain species that we've already caught later in the run. I had to look this up on Bulbapedia just to make sure that I wasn't, like, doing it wrong. Oh, then Selena died after using her pickup ability once. Damn it! And all I got was this Pecha Berry. Well, okay, come along, Valkyrie. In Route 10, we caught a Voltorb and named him Bull. I remember thinking, fine, I'll take it. We'll need an electric type at some point. Voltorb is like the fastest electric type. I also named him Bull because, look, I didn't know what to name him. He's a ball. He's literally a Pokeball. Like, what do you want from me? In the rock tunnel, we caught a Zubat, which I named Kane. That's pretty much it. I used the guide to get through the tunnel because as the epic gamer that I am, I refuse to use Flash in Gen 3. So most of the footage I have in the tunnel is me being lost and Leo sleeping. I will sooner ask for directions to take a hit to my male pride, but I will not use a useless TM in a single player game. I'm sorry. That's the line I'm crossing. I don't care how weird it is. I spent like an hour in there. Looking back at the footage, I can tell I was very happy to be out of there. The first thing I do is come across Bruh moaning his dead Raticate, probably before going on the offensive. Hey Neems, what brings you here? Is your Pokemon dead? Yes. Oh wait, it's alive? Let me fix that for you. Bruh, what is wrong with you? Nah, that's okay, I'll just sweep your team. Even your Gyarados doesn't scare me. Okay, maybe I was a little scared. But it goes down with a few rocks. And Kadabra gets buried with magnitude. I've got a lot to accomplish. Unlike you. Smell you later. I sweeped your entire team without losing a single Pokemon. Humble yourself, my dude. It turned out, however, I'm afraid of all ghosts, so let's come back later. We tried to catch the best pupper, Growlithe. We came so close, but I hate Roar. Damn it. I'm finding that I hate a lot of things in Pokemon, actually. After taking my rage out on the surrounding wildlife and trainers, Rock Arms learned to roll out. In combination with Defense Curl, Rock Arms became low-key my favorite since Rollout's power is doubled by Defense Curl. I love stats. Once again, I asked Growlithe to be my friend, and yet again, I got rejected. So in my frustration of not having a fire puppy, I knew that there was one place that gives you a doggo for free, and named him Good Boy, only to find out that he had naughty nature. Ironic. I had to decide on what evolution I was going to give Good Boy. Usually I'd go for Vaporeon because of a really fun Pokemon Brown run I did back in the day. But I figured I already had Leo and nothing was really going to happen with him being the team's wall at the time. And I had Ball as the electric type, so that made the decision kind of easy. Also because of naughty nature, I gave him Dig. It just seemed fitting. I can't help but imagine him just digging everywhere when I'm not watching him. And there's something cute about that. Before moving on, we bolstered the team's numbers once more to catch a female Doduo. Because I knew that Doduo becomes a Dotrio, I took the next logical step in this post-2015 world. Skylar! I regret nothing, I'm just a bad singer. Also, what is this spelling? America, I feel bad for your history tests. At least like Hamilton and Washington is spelled kinda how it sounds. This is guessing. Next on our list, we attack this loitering Rocket Grunt in this gambling house designed to circumvent laws with arcade coins. We do this so we can assault the Rocket's underground hideout. These guys really are just mobsters, aren't they? A simpler time before the world of Pokemon started making fashionable fascists obsessed with beauty. Or start a kaiju apocalypse because of something that won't affect you for 1,000 years. After getting Aerial Ace, Valkyrie evolved into Firo, living up to her name. Though, really, for the most part, Gorb and Rock Arms were the real MVPs throughout the hideout. Rocket Grunts use a lot of poison Pokemon, so Ground and Psychic have a field day in here. And then a Coughing self-destructed and killed Turnip. Damn it! You know, I'm starting to remember why I was so pissed when I got to Giovanni. You, shut up. Fight. Wait, hold on. All I can say is thank God Leo is defensive AF, and I can deal with most of Giovanni's Pokemon. I sent out Rock Arms to deal with the Kangaskhan, and magnitude it to death. With Turnip Avenge, we gave Cut to Beedrill, which I think you can see why in the future I renamed her to Hornet. And then we tackled the 4th gym, which I played Immigrant Song to in the background as Valkyrie becomes the Overlord of Grass. And then I came to Erica, and Valkyrie was stunned by Stun Spore. But that's okay, because Good Boy came in with Dig to calm the tides of war. It would be Flamethrower, but he doesn't know that until level 52! However, I overlooked that not all of her Pokemon had poison typing, so I had to put Tangela to sleep and sent out Valkyrie when she was healed up. I ended up killing her Vileplume in 2 hits. And now with the 4th badge, our only goal is the Eastern Shore, because we need the flute still. I should also mention at this time I picked up the Versus Seeker, because I'm not a masochist and I need the money. Now that we can actually see the ghosts, I caught a Ghastly and named him Awfully K, after an interaction with my college friend Mac. Someone who I was low-key sharing the experiences with, as someone who also does Nuzlocks. Well, you know me, awful, but you're not awfully kind. Son of a boy! Yes, I am this much of a dork. Have you heard of Neem's content? It's a great channel. Scaling the tower was mostly uneventful. We laid a spirit to rest, scared off Team Rocket with a butterfly, and obtained the Poke Flute. We trained up our team and gathered some fight money before removing an obstacle in our path. We did attempt to take on the dojo at the time, only to find out that that might be an error. So we trained up a bit after nearly losing our Pokemon in the first 2 battles, to return later, because more Pokemon means more backup if I make a dumb mistake like that and it actually goes poorly. Oh, speaking of which, in fighting the last black belt in the dojo, Gorb started punching above his weight class. He took out the Hitmonlee with minor issues, but he could handle it. But when the Hitmonchan came out, damn it! Caterpie slowly chipped away at the Hitmonchan with Sleep Powder and Confusion. It was a lame victory, but hey, we take those. Like I take this deceased man's Air Jordans. Okay. I had a bit of a scare while training because the Retron 5 decided that my cartridge wasn't in the slot anymore. Okay. So, I don't know what that was about. After some training, we tackled Selfco. It's just crawling with rockets. With Leo fully evolved and all my Pokemon level 30 and up, I was feeling pretty good. I just kind of swept the tower for the most part. And then...
Bruh.
So I thought I could take out a Venusaur with Rock Arms because, you know, poison, ground, it should be fine. Then Razor Leaf reminded me, hey, claw damage exists, idiot. So now I'm going into the Giovanni fight with one less Pokemon. And does Bruh stay to help? No. No, he doesn't.
Bruh.
This is why I hate people. You. Fight. This was actually kind of an intense fight. There was a lot of switching and safe plays. I kinda got scared when Leo got Mega Punched, but he's a tank, so he's fine. We also nearly lost Caterpie a few times, but thank God that Sleep Powder landed both times in this fight. We received a Master Ball that no one is going to ever use, and brought out Skylar. So, I decided to head straight to Sabrina. The gym was surprisingly easy given all the bug and dark type moves at our disposal. I also got lost. Like, I wanted to fight all the trainers, but I genuinely forgot where to go. We eventually fought the gym leader herself. Looking back at this footage, surprisingly easy? What? Sabrina looked so scary in the anime. Leo and Caterpie took down her Pokemon with relative ease. Makes crushing dreams such a breeze. But we all know what's coming. Alakazam. I sent out Leo thinking he had a high enough special defense, only to have his special defense lowered, and then he got crit. My most defensive Pokemon. Killed by a migraine. Skylar got one shot because she was extremely underleveled. I thought she would be faster, but no. And then Valkyrie just 3-shots the Alakazam. He tried to use Calm Mind, but flying is physically based, idiot. Choke on that spoon, Zammy! Oh well. Time for Ball and Good Boy to join the party. Maybe we should try getting that Snorlax now. Now you might be wondering watching this footage, Neems, why not just use the Master Ball you got? And the simple answer is pride. And like my hubris, pride blows up in my face. But free experience, so I guess it's not all that bad. Well, fishing should work out. All the towns are free games still. James is what I named my Magikarp because my humor is really sophisticated, you guys. On Route 13, we caught a horsey and named her Newt Newt because the snout makes me think of Pingu. Training up, Ball died to a Philo. Understandable. Philo is strong. And I eventually make it to Future City. Now this is kind of a footnote, but I thought it was worth bringing up. Safari Zone has an optional interesting rule if a player wants to use it in a Nuzlocke. It's basically treated as an area so you get one shot, but because of how the Safari Zone works, it's kind of like a mini game. You can catch as many Pokemon as you normally would, but you have to release all but one, and that is the catch for that area. I caught a Nidoran, an Execute, and a Paris. Now I would have just picked one on my own, but because I'm what you would call an idiot, I let dice or a random number generator decide. So instead of my favorite poison type, I get eggs. But I'm not interested, so Scrambled stays in the box out of spite. I trained vigorously on the bike path, where I found out if you hold B on your bike, you stop falling down the hill. I found this out by complete accident, but there is a sign in the middle of the route telling you this. I showed Mac the sign, and we pretty much had the same reaction. I would like to say that our age demographic is millennial, so... yeah. We didn't know this for a long time. So at this point in our journey, you will probably only have dupes on Route 13 and the bike path, so I'm not going to get too hung up on the rule. Remember, if you don't come across a new Pokemon, just settle with what you can get. More number is always important, especially when your Pokemon keep dying because of your dumb decisions. Exhibit A, Koga. What's rough about Future City Gym is a lot of the Pokemon are focused around status moves, given that the gym is poison. A lot of the Pokemon are actually psychic as well. It's a weird gym when you stop and think about it. Funnily enough, Caterpie, Newt, and Hornet made the gym relatively easy. But I could tell I just might be a little underleveled. And maybe I don't even know what I'm doing, because I can't get through this maze. Like, I know the tiles are colored differently for what roles are invisible, but I just couldn't see them when I was playing the game, okay? I just don't know. I just don't know what my problem was. Finally, I get to Koga. And this ninja doesn't screw around. Believe it! Caterpie started off strong enough. Putting Muck to sleep and side beaming was probably the best way to take on this guy. Because if this guy gets off enough minimizes, it's over. The run's over, guys. Go home. Muck then laughed at me and woke up to Toxica. Okay, Valkyrie has Aerial Ace. It's a guaranteed hit move that's guaranteed to whittle him down. He used a Hyper Potion. Crap. I also forgot Acid Armor is a thing. Man, I miss my Blastoise. Okay, Newt? No, Air Jordan. No, he got poisoned. Okay, Hornet then? It's like I'm stabbing him with a nail. With an actual nail. Okay, back to Caterpie. We're just gonna have to try the sleep strat again. And I don't know. Even Caterpie is starting to miss her sleeping powders at the worst time. And she keeps getting poisoned and told to deal with it. And then Caterpie dies. With that, we make a clean switch to Newt that finished him off with Surf. You know, maybe I can make it through this with only losing one Pokemon. I forgot about Weezing. Crap. Newt whittled Weezing down to red, but playing fast and loose, Newt got killed with poison hacks. Luckily, Koga exhausted all of his items, which means Valkyrie could end the bloodshed before it got worse. Thank God. With 6 badges in hand, I realized that I was underleveled, unbalanced, and was going into these battles underprepared. I'm going to need to start prepping better and seizing any chance I get to catch what few Pokemon resources I had. It would also help if I was a bit more cautious while training. It would suck to lose someone while grinding. Why, I would say that that's a worse feeling than losing one in battle. After one morning period with Mac, I began training up James and Ratty. Gyarados is a decent Pokemon, and Raticate is... Look, anyone helps at this point, man. And trust me, there's a lot of trading. Like, so much trading. Thinking I need to replace Ball, I go to the power plant and... Yes! I caught myself a Pikachu. I love Pikachu. I named him Zippy, and we're gonna go on a great adventure together in this wide open world. During training, I caught myself a Shelter in Pallet Town and named her Shelly. Yep, everything's looking, wait, no, don't use Try Attack, no! Zippy died. I was really distraught about this, actually. Zippy was our only answer to water and flying type Pokemon at this point, because he was, well, yeah, Pikachu. Along with losing the 2 previous Pokemon, hit me harder than it really should have. At the time, I was under a lot of stress at my works and decided to take a break. This was back in January. I started the Nuzlocke in May. It would take me at least 4 months to even will myself to continue the grind that I wasn't even sure if I could do. But I had to try. I failed every Nuzlocke, and I've seen the previous 2 to the end. At the least I can do at this point was put my best foot forward and try to plan as good as Red from the manga. After spending a lot of time training up my team, I finally summoned the courage to surf down to Cinnabar Island to fight Blaine. But first we gotta find the key. And hey, this wouldn't be a Nuzlocke without a heart attack. But that's okay, because I have Good Boy. The best boy. Getting through the mansion was actually relatively easy. Just before heading to the gym, I picked up our Lord and Savior Helix in the hopes that he will bless our team and forgive my past sins. I leveled up Shelly to grab Ice Beam, evolved her into a Cloyster, And we go on to take the 7th gym. My god, they're all dead. James just surfed over his entire team, and then rained on the funeral of all his fire Pokemon. I would give him an umbrella, but all I have is this. Then I get pulled away from Bill to not the Orange Islands. I'm just gonna go through the highlights of this beach episode. Let's see here. Training. A concerned father. Implied gang violence. Little Red Riding Hood. The stranger danger episode. Being a dumbass and not knowing where to go. The hot spring episode. Fight and laugh in the face of a god. Finally realizing I didn't get the reward from the dad. And finally leaves to take on the last gym. And so we take on Giovanni one last time. Which James also swept over his entire team, which was kind of funny to be honest. Giovanni then goes on to state, Team Rocket has suspended! Now, there's only one thing standing in my way between me and the Elite Four.
Bruh.
Things started out well enough with Shelly and James taking out his Pidgey and Rhyhorn, but his Gyarados was a tough cookie. And then, I made a mistake. A big mistake. See, here's my thought process here. Grass is weak to ice. So I figured keeping Shelly out was the best play. But you see, the grass type is special bound in terms of stats. Shelly is only a physical wall. Razor Leaf one-shots her. Good Boy burns grass, however. It's almost like I raised everyone up to level 52 for a reason or something. Who would have thunk it? After defeating Bruh, I realized I had a problem. We don't have an answer to his Gyarados because of my stupid, dumb decisions. Helix might stand a chance if we give him Ice Beam. Okay, sure, that works. We might need to train up anyways. Luckily, I don't need to do gambling at all, because as it turns out, why gamble for tokens when you can just buy them? Look, it's expensive, but I'm not spending half my day on fake money, especially when I'm this close. This was also around the time I realized Gyarados can learn Thunderbolt. Gyarados are quad weak to electric. When I found this out, I laughed maniacally. Victory Road was rather boring. Strength puzzles, XP share training. The only thing of real note was our last catch was a Machoke, which I named Macho Mon. Thought it was fitting. With last minute training and prep eventually out of the way, one morning, I brewed some coffee, I sat down in my cramped little bedroom, and I finally walked into the Elite Four. I was either going to leave a champion, or add one more loss to the growing tally. It's kind of a toss-up at this point, if I'm being honest. First up is Lorelei. I used Gyarados as my lead, and then he got frozen. Uh-oh. Air Jordan took after Dugong. Slowbro was next, so I swapped out to Helix, but being part rock wouldn't last long with the surf. I sent James back out so he can take some damage in the hopes of healing him up in the meantime. And then I got sleep stalled. I love Slowbro. But bro, this was such a tedious, intense fight. When Slowbro went down, I thought I had a chance. Oh wait, I jinxed it. She was either putting my Pokemon to sleep or was really flirty with them, and that made me uncomfortable. Though with enough love biting, James and Helix took her out. Lapras was also hard because she kept getting crazy freeze hacks off on me. An unpleasant memory started to reform in the back of my mind. I swore Gen 3 was not as bad as Gen 1 with status effects, but damn, RNG was not on my side that day. But somehow, James took her out. We didn't lose anyone, but that was a rude awakening. But, I mean, we should have an easier time with Bruno. Right? Air Jordan quickly dispatches his two Onyxes, and feeling cocky, I thought I could take out his Hitmonchan, only to be solidly counted and humbled again. Oof. That pierces the heavens and makes the rest of the fighting Pokemon not stand a ghost of a chance. Speaking of ghosts, Agatha. Good Boy started with biting the ghost Pokemon, since Dick can do nothing against the Gengars. He torched Golbat with Flamethrower. Surprisingly, I had a bit of trouble with Ellerbach, but with a Rain Dance and Surf, James took that out relatively easily in the end. And our Lord Helix finished the last Gengar and Hunter with biting. 3 down, but the one that I've been dreading the most is right in front of us. Lance. The only Dragon-type trainer. that hardly uses dragons. James was able to crit Gyarados with the second attack. With Rain Dance, we switched to Helix to surf over Amber. Now it was only down to his Dragonairs and Night. The whole reason I gave Helix Ice Beam. Taking down the 2 Dragonairs was easy, but the true challenge came from Dragon Knight. Helix was able to weaken him down to red. But Outrage is a crazy strong attack at 120 damage that can last 2 to 3 turns before getting confused. Eventually, I took a risk, and Helix fell. With a clean switch to James, there was a chance. But what confidence I had left was dwindling. Luckily, James could handle Outrage far better than Helix could. And with Dragon Knight finally hitting itself after multiple turns... Now, there's only one person left I need to worry about on this run. One person left that is in my way from achieving victory. One person who I really don't want to smell later.
Bruh.
Hey Neems, I was looking forward to seeing you. My rival should be strong to keep me sharp. While working on my Pokedex, I looked all over for Pokemon. Not only that, but I assembled a team that could beat any Pokemon type. And now, I'm the Pokemon League champion. Neems, do you know what this means? I'll tell you. I'm the most powerful Pokemon trainer in the world.
Bruh.
Burb versus Burb. Valkyrie started with Fly. Then I switched to James, realizing that Thero might not be the best Pokemon to start with. With enough Thunderbolts, I took Pidgeot down, and surfed on Rhydon. Alakazam proved to be a problem, however. Without much thought, I switched to Hornet with a plan of Twin Missiling him. I kinda forgot that Poison was weak to Psychic. Idiot! Psychic was really strong against Good Boy, so I swapped out to Valkyrie again. I got lucky with a Future Sight. And I mean really lucky, because when Future Sight actually attacked, Valkyrie survived on 2 HP. 2 HP! You can't make this up. Which gave me enough time to heal up him and James. And then he goes on to survive a critical hit Hydro Pump. Gyarados versus Gyarados. I spammed him with Thunderbolt, and his Gyarados went down pretty easily. Moving on. In the rain, Arcanine perished with his bones now in the ocean, and forever will be. I mean, all he could do was extreme speed against the Gyarados. No surprise there. Bruh sent out his Venusaur, and this time, with vengeance in my heart, I was ready. I sent out Good Boy, and with a flamethrower, Good Boy proved to be the best boy, landing a critical hit on Venusaur and one-shotting him. How poetic. With that, my first Nuzlocke win, with Valkyrie, James, and Good Boy now in the Hall of Fame with all the others that have fallen on the road here. But in the end, Bro realized he could not change his fate. Instead of reflecting on himself, blamed his Pokemon. Like the stupid little bruh moment that he is. He even got shut down by his own grandfather. Nice.